Hello everybody and welcome back to Season 35 of the Pokemon Cup series. Today we're here at Calder Park Raceway in Australia for the running of the Pennzoil 400 as we kick off World Tour 35 with 6 races across the entire globe. This is the first stop in the World Tour Down Under, and it's going to be a fun race, a fun night here tonight, as this is the Thunderdome, a 1.5 mile tri-oval, but the twist is these cars will be going clockwise. As ovals you've seen before, they've gone counterclockwise. This one goes clockwise, and it's one of 2 tracks on the schedule that goes clockwise, with the other being the faster Orlando International Speedway, where the Tiburon 500 will be held in the playoff race, and it's a very important round of 8 super speedway playoff race in that. But first, here's Calder Park to kick off World Tour 35, and we're gonna, again, it's gonna be spanning across the globe with these NASCAR stock cars running and duking it out for spots in the playoffs, because a win of course gets you into the playoffs, so a lot of these drivers are hungry of getting a win here today. Anyway, let's go to the starting lineup. On the pole for this race, very fittingly in his home track, is Zachary Fitzwater in the number 4, as he finally tries to get a win, in his home country in front of his fans. And on the outside, the 48 of Eli Bright in row 1. In row 2, we have John Andrews and Christian Vargas. Row 3, we have Austin Stitzel and Steve Morgan. Row 4 with Ryan Butcher and Donovan Duthit and Priya McShane, Billy Bishop around out your top 10 in tonight's race. So let's take you trackside for the command to fire up the engines in the Calder Park Thunderdome.
Drivers, start your engines!
Alright boys, just like we talked about in the meeting, what's going to pay off for us today is patience and consistency. Good smooth racing on the racetrack, and that's what takes us to the front. We'll be there at the end of this thing.
So the World Tour will have races in Australia, Canada, Mexico, Latvia, the United Kingdom, and Japan. 26 laps, and I'll think about whether or not I'll include stage points in this race. But right now we're going green at Calder Park. 3-1 already to start the race. How about that? Look at that. John Andrews and Austin Stitzel both running Napa paint schemes, going for the 3-wide lead. John Andrews right now has the edge. They'll race it back. It looks like Andrews is going to get the edge as the caution is out on the very first lap of the race. Pichu and one other car got made contact, and I believe that's Derek Hamill. Both spinning. Another pile-up happening. Nick Salmon already wrecking on the first lap as well. They're spinning each other out too. Handful of cars involved in the crash. 3 cars, I should say, involved, and some with damage, and that's why the caution came out. So the leader is going to be John Andrews. How about that? John Andrews with that 3-wide battle on the very first lap of the race. He wasted no time at getting to the front. So now he'll be leading us back to the green flag here in Calder Park. We'll see if he can hold on to that lead. Here we go to the green flag. Back here out again in Australia. John Andrews in front. How about this? 300 cars running in the top 5. So they're very happy with that result. Oh, and it looks like Andrews could be happy with that start. Look at the run that the 24 got, and he's up to 3rd place now over his teammate. So the Hendrick cars are showing their strength in this track, hoping for another race win. As John Andrews, I think, has 1 win this season already, and I know Stitzel also has a win this season already as well. So, these guys are hungry for their second win. Zach Fitzwater already a winner as well. He won earlier this season, I believe, at Michigan. So the top 3 drivers have 1 win, all looking to get their second of the season in this track. Here comes Steve Morgan, and that's for fourth place. Able to clear the 48 car. And now in the 6th position, it's Roger Ray in the 32. And there's Christian Vargas as well, waiting to pounce. Here comes Ray. And I just noticed right now, Calder Park seems to have gotten a lot better. The look has gotten a lot better than the races before it. It's just a real nice look now. And now it's provided a brand new state-of-the-art remodel or something. I just feel like it's different. It looks different than what we're used to running in. So, real nice to see that kind of difference. Here comes Steve Morgan into 3rd place. The Highline also preferred in turns 1 and 2, so they got to make their moves quick and close. And Steve Morgan loses a lot of grip in that corner and loses momentum in that turn. We've seen strange things happen in Calder Park, though. It's been like up and down. Vargas and Kukulon battle it out. Steve Morgan's going to try again. He's going to try to get that spot away from Eli Bright. Oh, but he got a really bad run of that low line, and he's going to lose the position. And Priya McShane is going to go aggressive on Morgan. Little bumper action as a battle 3 wide, real deep. And it's going to be McShane out in the top 5. Can the 72 fight back? It looks like he will. Looks like Vargas is getting the better run. Oh, Vargas trying to get that run again. So far, no changes up in front as we see John Andrews in the lead as he's dominated this race from start to finish ever since taking the lead on the first lap. Ooh, wow, McShane and Kukulon battle it out for the race win, battle out for a top 10 spot. Really slick corners. These turns are real grooved, so a lot can happen here. Into lap 14 now, halfway through the race, a little over halfway. Looked like Roger Ray was going to get a run on that 3 car up high, and he might get a run here. Still only 1 caution in this race. How about that? Very surprising. And John Andrews has actually pulled a little bit away from the 4 as he continues to just rout the 4 car. Austin Stitzel surely wants to be second now, and Eli Bryant wants to make this a Hendricks 1, 2, 3. The Hendrick cars, most of the time, they've run real well. And where's that 4th Hendrick car, by the way? Oh, there he is. Ezekiel Hines, right now running in the middle pack. So Ezekiel Hines not joining in on the fun, but he's in the middle pack. 11 to go here at Calder Park as Hines is trying to hold off 17th place. There's a caution again. Marcus Sachi has spun around with 10 laps to go. Oh, he's hit by Carter Friesen. Sachi spins, and that's going to be interesting. This is going to be a great restart here. Andrews dominating, but we'll see if we can hold on the final laps. It's going to be a real battle up in front when we get to the restart here with just a handful of laps to go. Oh boy. Oh boy. The restart's going to be a fun one. And with just 4 laps to go. Anything goes. Here we go. Green flag. I'm sure everyone's going to get ready. Here we go. Green is out. And there you see Zach Fitzwater taking a chance up high. Andrews puts a block on the high lane. Here comes Stitzel. Gonna try for second, getting the drafting help from Morgan. And Austin Stitzel still not clear of Morgan. Morgan slows down. They come to pit road. Now pit stops. Slowing down the pack. Oh no! 7 car real slow, but he makes it through. Yellow is out. Are you kidding me? They wrecked under pit road. Are you kidding me? Wow. What? They spun. I mean, when they go to pit road, they just crash out. That's just really weird. Romanuk spins on his way to pit road. Wow. Pete and Andrews and Stitzel are in front after that crazy caution out of nowhere. And this means it's going to come down to overtime at Calder Park. What a way to start the World Tour. Alright, so when we come back, 2 laps to go at Calder Park. Here we go, overtime here at Calder Park Raceway. And with drivers coming to pit road, well, before the yellow came out, the field looked a little bit different than what we started with. Seems that this group has trouble catching up, but 2 laps to go. No cautions will stop this race. And the 2 Napa cars in front. Who's going to come out on top? Green flag in the air with 2 to go. Look at MDev going up high. Stitzel Andrews battling it out. Both of them side by side. Stitzel gets the edge for now. Zach Fitzwater and Colin Francis in the top 5. Still side by side between the 2 Napa cars. Here comes the white flag with 1 more lap around. John Andrews has clearance. 1 more time around at Calder Park. John Andrews trying to cap off a dominating day. Austin Stitzel trying to hold off Matthew Emdev for 2nd spot. But final corner, and looks like the 72 Morgan crashed, but it won't matter. Final corner for John Andrews. He's going to do it again. His 2nd win of the season. John Andrews does it at Calder Park. MDev barely got 2nd, so much for that Napa one too, but no, MDev got 2nd, so much for that Napa one too, but John Andrews dominates at Calder Park and collects his 2nd win of the season. What a run for that number 9 car. He just dominated from start to finish at this track and holds off his own teammate for the race win. What an incredible run for John Andrews, and he holds off his own teammate and Matthew Emdev and Zachary Fitzwater. Of course Fitzwater really wanted to win at this track since this was his home race, but he did finish in the 6th position in this race. Man, he was competing for a win there at the very end, but John Andrews outsmarted all of the drivers here today to collect the race win in Australia Down Under. So John Andrews wins for the 2nd time in season 35, already locked in the playoffs with a win earlier this season, so Andrews adds another win to his trophy case, to his list. So congratulations, John Andrews, on winning again. And his first win came this season at New Hampshire. I'm looking up at the winners list now, as New Hampshire was where he got his first win of the season, and now his 2nd win of the season comes here at Calder Park. He now has 12 career Cup Series wins, now tying him with Philip Goldberg, who is actually in the series in the 11 car, and fittingly, Philip Goldberg finishes 11th in the car number 11. 1 more win for Andrews, and he can actually have as many wins as Connor Breton, Nathan Hudson, Sam Rogers, and Sean Harple. So he would join in more illustrious company with another victory in his career if he does get it later this season. Anyway, hope you enjoyed Calder Park. Next weekend we go down south of the border in Mexico in Ovalo Juarez. For the first time ever, it's going to be a triple weekend with all 3 series running, and in Mexico, going to be a lot of fun. And then after that we go to Canada. The National Series runs in Montreal, and the Trucks and Cup Series will then run at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. So the next 2 weekends in the World Tour are going to be in North America, and the other 2 races in that continent, and you don't want to miss any of it. You don't want to miss any of the World Tour action. So we will see you guys next time in Mexico.